You are at Rants Incorporated, where I rant about whatever my $10 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one's for You Washak, who says, rant about the long-term plans for your career. Are you going to retire someday? Can you? I can't imagine the work you do comes with benefits, 401k, healthcare, etc., like a normie job does. I think the freedom is probably worth it, so in that respect I envy you. But I am curious about your plans to survive in the future. So, in terms of retirement, I've never really thought about it because I do what I like for a living. Like, the reason I chose this specific career of like the types of creativity I do is that they are things that I just do automatically. Like I do them because I'm bored or because I have ideas. Obviously, not every element of my career, like these rants, which a lot of these things are going to be changed in character soon and probably continually over the course of my life. But how I actually make my money will definitely evolve over the course of my life. But what I do if to make that money, I mean, if I can't make money doing creativity in the future, then I might have to, look into other avenues. But, for now, I just see it as, like, I could do this forever as long as I make money off of it. So, I haven't really thought about retirement in that sense, and it's also a job that obviously I can do from I could do this job even if I was mostly dead, like as long as I can move my hands or move my jaw, or have somebody interpret me, or I can move a finger to type, I can do this job, but to some degree. So, as for preparing for the future, I've always had the mindset of not only do I know that I'm going to die one day, but I have no idea when. It could, my life expectancy is to live into my 70s as an American. I hope I live even longer than that. I hope I live as long as possible. But I also know that I won't guarantee to live long enough to see retirement. My money will only depreciate in value as time goes on because of the fact that the money has always depreciates in value as time goes on, thanks to inflation. I know that there are a lot of reasons that, if a depression comes through, your 401k can become worthless, the banks can, default or whatever. There's just a lot that can go wrong with trying to hoard your money and pack it away for the future. And it's not that there's not smart ways to do it or that it's not a smart thing to do, especially if you're making enough money that, you can comfortably tuck some away and still live the way you want to. But, for me, for now, like, I've always seen myself as on a slow upward trajectory of trying to make more money year after year. So, so far, I've been on that path. I've continually made more money each year than I did the year prior through doing this job. And as long as that remains true, as long as I can find ways to have that remain true, I'd like to get to a point where I can comfortably stash away lots of money, basically. I also want to have my income, my money in lots of different places, It's one thing to have a 401k or something that your business does for you, but aside from, having money in the bank, or you could also have money in, different places that might appreciate in value. Like, basically, it's all about investigating where your money is best placed. Like, perhaps, I could buy something for, let's say that I bought a video game that I knew would become rare, and eventually it became worth $40 more than what I originally paid for it. My money was better invested in that video game than in being in my wallet, because it appreciated in value once I was able to sell that game, assuming I did so. So, like, making those kinds of predictive measurements, understanding the value of the things that you have, or how to put your money into value, how to increase the value of the money you already have. Like, that's the kind of things that I want to investigate to have money in the future, less so about just like leaving it somewhere and letting it collect, and more about actively trying to move money around and, multiply it through its expenditure. So, that's the route I hope to go, and it's going to take a long time to learn, But, I've really been using the fact that I'm young and don't have a lot of responsibilities to live not on the edge, but much closer to the edge than I would if I was, like, worried about, the future of my family. And, obviously plenty of people think like you should get a start early, start putting away as early as possible. I think that your time in your younger days is better spent on getting a hold on the world and understanding things and like figuring out who you are and what your place in the world is before you worry about the fucking money.